Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to go over a quick yoga practice to help with back pain. So I am a parent, and the other day I was carrying my 6-year-old for a while, and I think I've done something to my back. So I'm going to show you a quick routine that I normally do when my back is feeling a little bit achy and like it needs to get stretched out a little. So let's jump on the mat and let's begin. Okay, so for today's practice, I do have 2 blocks with me. If you don't have blocks, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to have them. You can use cushions, pillows, rolled up blankets, anything that just gives you a little bit of lift from the ground, okay? But the first thing we're gonna do is come into child's pose. So I'd like you to bring your toes together, knees as wide as the yoga mat, and then bring your hands in front and just gently rock side to side, hello Holly, until you come all the way down to the ground, arms out ahead, and then drop your head down onto the mat. So you've really like lengthened out your spine as you get lower and lower here. Once you get down to the ground, rest your forehead on the mat and completely relax. So completely relax your back, your arms, your hips. Take nice slow inhales and exhales, really feeling the chest expand and relax. Maybe even just take notice here if you're feeling anything in your back, where you're feeling it, how intense it feels. And slowly bring your attention to that area. And every time you exhale, just see if you can relax that area a tiny bit more. And slowly lift the head and come up onto all fours, nice and gentle. Okay, hips above the knees, spread your fingers nice and wide. Let's take a couple of cat-cows here. So we're going to inhale, stick the bum out, drop the belly down, nice back bend, look up slightly, shoulder blades come together. Take a big inhale. Exhale, push the mat away, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, belly button draws up towards the back. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, reverse. Inhale down. Exhale, reverse. And just do 2 more of these. Now, what tends to happen with parents is when we pick up our child, we tend to rest them on our hips. So we end up sticking our tailbone out so that we can create a little shelf for them to sit on. So when we do our cat pose, where we're rounding and drawing the belly button up, that can feel quite nice. Okay, so come back to neutral. Bring the left hand a little bit further in front of the shoulders. Reach the right arm up towards the sky as you inhale. Exhale, thread it underneath the left armpit. Right shoulder comes down to the ground. Rest your right ear or your right side of your face down, and then wiggle your left arm out long above you and just relax here for a moment. Maybe even closing down the eyes. And then slowly wiggling that left arm back in, push into your left hand, come back to all fours. Same thing other side, so right hand a little bit further out. Inhale the left hand up, exhale, thread it through, left shoulder comes down to the ground, left side of your face, and then wiggle your right arm above you. And again, just relax here. Long inhales. Long exhales. And bring the right hand back in. Come back to all fours. Bring your arms out as long as you can, keeping your hips above your knees, and then sink your chest down to the ground. Now, we're not doing our regular puppy pose here. What we're going to do, so normally you'd sink your chest down to the ground. I want you to tuck the tailbone under. Okay, that's going to really lengthen out the spine and make it harder for you to reach the ground. So imagine tucking your tailbone under. Elbows stay off of the ground. So it gets a little bit more into the shoulders. Now leaving your hands where they are, bring your chest back up, roll forward, drop your pelvis down to the ground, come down onto your belly. I'm just going to shuffle back a little bit. Okay, bring your arms into a cactus shape. Tent your fingers, so just your fingertips are on the ground. Lift your elbows up. Look down, ground down through the tops of your toes and through your pelvis here. So you want to be clenching your bum cheeks a bit, just to turn on those muscles to protect your low back. As you inhale, you're going to push into your fingers, come up, straighten the arms, look forward. As you exhale, bend the elbows and come down. When you get down, look down. Inhale, come up, look forward. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Okay, hands back next to the chest. Push yourself up onto your knees, and we're going to roll over onto our backs. Okay, so however you can, slowly roll down, nice and gentle. If you have a block, have that handy, because we are going to use that in a second. If you don't have a block, remember you can use a rolled up blanket or pillows. Hug your knees in, keep your knees together, and just take a few circles on the low back. So rolling your knees in one direction. Kind of like you can massage your low back, and then roll them in the other direction. And then plant your feet flat on the ground. Heels are going to be quite close towards the bum. Now in this position, I don't want you to turn your head. So if you need to see what I'm doing, lower down and have a look. We're going to lift the pelvis off the ground. Grab your prop. If you've got a block, it's best on the middle setting. Place it at the top of your bum on your low back. So a little supported bridge here. Now one thing I like to do is make sure you have a little wiggle so you can move your bum cheeks a little bit apart. Okay, that's going to help to rest a little bit easier there. And then I want you to just relax, just completely let go here. So if, like me, you are a parent and you have been holding a child, and this can even happen from giving birth as well, having the weight of a baby in front of you, you end up having a little pelvic tilt. So what this is doing is tilting your pelvis the other way, tucking the tailbone for you. So relax as best you can here. Relaxing your pelvis on top of the block or the blanket. You can have this as high or as low as you want. If it's really uncomfortable, go a little bit lower. Every time you exhale, see if you can relax the body a little bit more. This is also a really great way to lengthen out the low back. Just a few more deep breaths here. And if, like me, this one just feels absolutely amazing, you might have some resistance. But dig into your heels, see if you can lift those hips up. My body always goes, no, don't do it. Move the prop. Bring your feet as wide as the yoga mat and drop your knees in together. Let's take a couple breaths here. If you have the yoga block, just move it out the way. Bring those knees up to a tabletop position. Drop your knees over to the left. Bring your right arm long in line with your shoulder, and you're either going to stay looking up to the ceiling or look over your right shoulder just for a little spinal twist. You can keep your left hand on your knees just to keep them down if you'd like. Notice here though, I haven't got any pressure, I'm just using it so that it doesn't slingshot back up. Take a breath here, relax the spine as best you can. And then head back up to center. Legs back up to center, same thing. Drop your knees over to the right. Left arm goes long. Maybe use your right arm on your knees just to keep them down. Either looking up to the ceiling or looking over your left shoulder. Just take a couple breaths here, relaxing absolutely everything. Try not to hold on to any tension anywhere. And then bring your knees back up to center. Grab behind the thighs, tuck the chin, and we're going to gently roll backwards and forwards, a little bit of momentum up and down the spine. Maybe even do that a few times just to feel your back there. And then roll up to seated. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope your back is feeling a little bit better after that. There are so many yoga poses that you can do to help with backache and lengthening the spine. But if I would fit all that in today, this would be an hours long class. So trying to keep this nice and short. But if you do want longer classes, then feel free to check out Lakora Live. I'll leave a description in the link below. That's my online yoga membership where we go live 3 times a week and we have all the replays in a really easy to use app. So if you would like longer classes or maybe need the accountability to keep turning up and showing up live, then check out the link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and I will see you next time.